Yo, what's going on? Yeah, I told y'all we gonna be two. After 2016, I went in the lab and I know exactly how they're gonna pick how it goes. So I knew we were gonna be two. Number three team beats the number one team, they're gonna be number one. Yeah, I mean we're gonna have to beat the SEC. We knew we were gonna have to go through them. So it ain't like we didn't know in the long run. Now I was hoping I was hoping that that Georgia beat Bama, so they wouldn't be in the picture, and then it'd be Oklahoma State or Notre Dame or something. But oh well. Yeah, Georgia gonna be tough because their strength on defense goes with our strength on offense. Which they have a great run defense, we have a great running game. So Gaddis got his work cut out for him. Yeah, and them. What's up, Lulu? and them in Georgia losing, it makes when you lose, you get to go over your mistakes and see that okay, we were undefeated. Now everybody's focus comes back. Everybody's focus gets back on 110%. So yeah, they're gonna be focused coming in there. Yeah, their tight end is huge, and they'll throw it to him 15 times. Remember to hit the like button, y'all. Remember to hit the like. Brett Hagen says we should have been number one. How do we win 42-3 and get jumped by a team who had the weakest November? I'll tell you how. Alabama was number three. They beat the number one team. We beat what was Iowa? Top 15, top 20. And they dismantled Georgia kind of like we did Ohio State. So it was that's just how it goes. They were one spot behind us. We both have one loss. They destroyed uh they destroyed Georgia. They're gonna be number one. That's just how it goes. Not to say that we didn't have our own right to be number one, but that's just how it goes when they just beat the number one team. John Stoops says, "Let me say this: the fix is in for the SEC." Honestly, me being honestly, they should have made them play again. Y'all play again in the first matchup. Y'all go on and fight it out again. Because who really wants to see that in the championship game? Yeah, I mean, what John Stoops says, I feel like a Dumb and Dumber moment since he in Michigan in the finals. So you're saying there's a chance? It ain't likely that's gonna happen. It ain't likely they gonna make it. Not the way Bama's playing right now. See the worst thing that could have happened for everybody. For everybody, this is Georgia. Everyone is Bama escaping out of the Iron Bowl. When Bama escaped out of the Iron Bowl, their focus, just like I just said, their focus went to 110%. So all the mistakes, everything like that, they they getting it out of there and getting ready to play great football. And that's what just happened to Georgia. So I mean, everybody should have been hoping that Auburn was going to finish off Bama, and they just couldn't do it. Willie Muir says we play in Miami rather than in Dallas. Do you think being in Miami could be a? Oh, it just jumped on me. Could be a distraction for the players. No, I don't see that as a distraction. I don't see the distraction being anywhere they play. I mean, if you ain't focused right now, being somewhere you've never been, it's just like the Big Ten championship. That could have been a distraction just because we haven't been there. We just beat Ohio State. Everybody was saying we'd still be smelling ourselves from beating Ohio State. So the focus with this team is 100%. I don't have any doubts that they'll be focused no matter where the game's at. You know what I'm saying? Like this is business. It's not pleasure. This ain't the off-season trip to Rome or Africa or something like that. No, this is strictly business trip. And they're gonna have a chance to enjoy Miami a little bit too, you know. Rip Serwin, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Says I'm on vacation enjoying the Florida weather. Appreciate all the videos you do. We've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Go Blue. Yes, sir. Enjoy Florida, bro. It's beautiful down here. It's beautiful. Like I moved down here from Memphis. Of course, I was born and raised in Michigan, but I moved down here about 5-6 years ago. The weather is awesome, especially now. I mean, it's hot as hell in the summer, but right now it's perfect weather. That's why I had the Tampa Bay Rays hat on last night. You know, you got to support where you are sometimes. Steven Gayu says, Johnny, do you think Kirby Smart gave that game to Nick Saban since they are friends? Definitely not. Because I think this is what happened with Georgia, honestly. Bama knew that if they lost, they probably wouldn't be in the playoff. So they're in playoff mode like we were in playoff mode. Georgia knew if they lost, they were still going to make the playoff. So Bama was the hungrier dog in the fight. Now, Bama might just be better than them, and they probably are a more complete team, but Bama was hungrier because they knew what was at stake. Like, we're not going to – our season rides on this game. We're not going to make the playoff. So Georgia coming in, they playing with house money. We're going to make the playoff, win or lose. So that's all that matters as long as you get in. Oatmeal Naki says they say committee doesn't want a rematch of the Iron Bowl, but that could still happen in the championship game. So that logic makes no sense. Yeah, I'm not sure what the Iron Bowl is. Auburn and Bama, but Georgia and Bama. It's just like they didn't want them to play again right away, which they should have made them play again. Like, all right, y'all fight it out again. Because who really wants to see them play again in the championship? That's my thing. Who really wants to see them play again in the championship? Make them fight it out in the semifinal. Like make them teams fight it out in the semifinal. Alex Heron says, salute, all love from the state of Michigan. Yes, sir, bro. Born in Saginaw, Michigan, raised in some younger years in Saginaw, my mid I don't know, adolescence in Birch Run, Frankenmuth area. My pops my pops is a country boy, so he wanted to get away from the city kind of. Appreciate the $4.99 super chat. Male Korean, we are winning it all. Go Blue. And that's the thing. Let's just not be happy with And I know Harbaugh is telling them this. Let's not just be happy with getting to the playoff. No, let's make the most of this opportunity and try to win a championship. Let's get this chip. Let's get this chip. Georgia ain't unbeatable. Georgia has their own problems. Every team this year has some problems or some weaknesses that can be exploited. And with the way our team is built on defense with Aiden and those boys, that's a huge strength, is having a great pass rush or having great individual pass rushers, because they have to put extra blockers and things to slow down Aiden. So you're taking extra receivers away. You're taking your tight end away that might need to, that's a good passer. You have to leave him in the block or his chip, things like that. So, yeah. I knew we were going to have to play Georgia. I was just hoping that it was in the championship. Stephen Gowen Win 100 says, do you think J.J. McCarthy will be used more? Seems like he opens it up more for us. Harbaugh had a similar situation with Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. J.J. needs to be used. And it's not just the passing. It's really the run game. When you play a good or great run defense in this day and age, if you can have a running QB, now that evens the odds a little more, because they have to worry about him keeping it on the read or keeping it in a RPO situation and passing it. So it opens it up more, just like the run we saw with Corum. And JJ showed some speed catching up to Corum that fast and actually running in front of him to get that block. That was impressive. The Real says Bama, when zoned in, usually crushes their competition. Not to mention Saban doesn't lose to his former assistants for the most part. Funny thing is they all try to mimic Nick's style. Yeah, I mean, they came up under him. But Bama is Bama. Like, Bama is a tough team to beat. Like, we don't see them lose that much. Dabo beats them. We saw Ohio State beat them in the first playoff. Like, they just don't lose that much. So, these dudes expect to win championship. They expect greatness. Emily Robinson says, should we switch to JJ for the Georgia game? No, that would not be a good idea. Now, JJ has his strengths and weaknesses, but JJ hasn't started. That's the problem. JJ hasn't started a game, so we don't know how he's going to be when, he's out there throwing 25 passes. We don't know, because JJ's got that Brett Favre in him. I can make every throw. Yeah, he's double covered. I can fit it in. No, you can't. Don't throw that ball. Don't throw that ball, JJ. So that's the thing about JJ. Cade's not really going to turn it over. He's not going to lose you a game like, I really lost this game. Like, yeah, JJ's got a cannon. But it's too late in the season to be switching him. Now, if Cade comes out and doesn't play well, then it's like, we still got a chance to win this, let me put JJ in. Then that's different, because you can't let one person lose you a game. Now, if Cade comes out and was looking bad and just making bad mistakes and he's holding the team back, it's always about the team. Then you take him out, put JJ in. Like, all right, I can't let one person hold a whole football team back. You know what I'm saying? The Real says this happened when Tua won the chip for the Tide. Same setup in the playoffs, but no need to worry. Anything can happen over the next few weeks. That's a fact. And Gaddis, Harbaugh, McDonald, they all got 3 weeks to get ready for Georgia. Find the weaknesses in Georgia's offense. In Georgia's offense and defense. So that's the good thing. You got time to figure out what they do wrong, figure out what their weaknesses and their mistakes are. Appreciate the $5 super chat, Emily Robinson. Do I think Michigan should have been number one? I'm biased, but of course I do, but I know how the playoff committee thinks. Like last night I made my video and I told everybody exactly what it was going to be. Bama's going to be 1, we're going to be 2, Georgia's going to be 3, Cincinnati's going to be 4, because I know it. I know it inside and out how they think. 2016, I went in the lab and I was like, okay, what scenario can we make it? And I just pay attention. Now I know exactly what they're gonna do. Just like when we when Michigan State lost to Purdue, I told people we're gonna jump them. We're gonna jump them because we lost to them and they're ranked high. They lost to Purdue, who was not ranked high. And we barely lost to Michigan State. They got kind of dominated by Purdue. We're going to jump them. I know how the committee thinks. Yeah, Bryce Young is a game changer, Malachi. But we got something that the thing about that we have this year is we have something that travels. Aiden Ojabo, that D-line, that travels. So it don't really matter what you do unless you're going to really give the protection that you need. They're going to disrupt some stuff, and they're going to have whoever your quarterback is looking over his shoulder. So that's the good thing. Let's see. The real K Music says Donovan played QB in his senior year quite a bit in the Wildcat, but I wouldn't anoint him as a QB. You need those window type throws and out and cut routes. We just need to recruit those California QBs. I mean, we got our QBs. We straight at QB right now for the future. We straight. As long as JJ don't transfer this. JJ is what we've been waiting on. That 5-star mobile, can make all the throws, can make NFL throws. It's just, okay, next year, is he going to take the job from Cade? I have hope that he's going to improve and he can take the job because his ceiling is higher. Like, just imagine, real quick, next year JJ takes the job. I love Cade. This ain't me saying he don't deserve this or nothing. This is just a scenario. JJ takes the job from Cade next year. We got Corum and Edwards in the backfield. We got, hopefully, Ronnie Bell be back healthy. We got Roman Wilson. We got A.J. Henning. I think we got Sanders still. We still got Eric All. If the offensive line is intact and playing well, I know we're going to lose some of them, but that offense should be something serious. Rob Little says Georgia is already a 9-point favorite. I love it this year. loves proving people wrong. Yeah. We got that underdog chip on our shoulders. So Michigan and being the underdog, this is just more fuel to the fire. Nobody believes in you. Nobody thought you were going to win the Big Ten. Nobody thought you were going to beat Ohio State. Okay, let's keep it going. Nobody thinks you can beat Georgia. They've got the best run defense and all this stuff. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's find out. Yeah, Venice says Georgia's best player on offense is the tight end. We got to put Dax on him. Yeah, he's a problem. He's a problem. But the thing about it is, was it Bennett? He looks him down. He looks him down. He's looking for him every time. He's watching him. So I would just blanket him, put somebody underneath with a safety over top or somebody over top and blanket him and be expecting for the throw to come. Like yesterday our linebackers were in position to get picks, and they weren't sure that they weren't really sure that the pass was going to come, but they were in position to get an interception and they just came late. So it's a maturation, and they're young. Like Colson, he's young. So by the time we play Georgia, it should be, they got to understand, trust what your coaches are telling you. So when you see something, you break on it. Don't wait for the pass to be thrown. By the time he does this, you should already be on your way. Like, I'm about to pick this. I'm going to the house. I trust what the coaches told me, the situation, and what they put us in. And it's happening. Let me get it. I didn't know it was gonna happen like that. So that's the big thing. But yeah, Bennett looks him down. He looks him down, and that's why they got a pick off of it, because he looks him down. It was Slick, the tight end's fault somewhat, but he eyes him down way too much. So that's something to look for, is the way McDonald is gonna go after, or is gonna cover him. Appreciated the game. Says best Michigan channel right here. No Ghostbusters. Hey, your boy Steve Dace really made me mad the other day. I ain't gonna front, bro. I was hot. Like I was mad for real when I watched that video after he picked against us, against Penn State and Ohio State, and you ain't even watching the game. And then you get on there, shed a tear. Shout out to his son. His son actually watched the game. But you want to get on there, like, bro, come on. Like, I was mad. Like, he really elevated my workout, because I was at the gym and I was like, I can't watch this. Like, I was just mad. Like, when you get that mad strength, like, that dude really had me hot watching that. And then seeing people congratulate him, just put it over the top. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, come on. Let's see. Ronnie Verda says, I forgot Ronnie got a medical red shirt, man. We about to turn up next year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got the talent. And I was telling people earlier this year, we don't have the talent at receiver. We've got plenty of talent. The years when we didn't have speed at receiver, that ain't this team, and that ain't us for the future. We've got plenty of speed. It's just getting it to them. We've got the speed. I've been saying that all year. Like, we've got talented receivers. Like, we've got that. And now we got a stable of backs that can go 60, go 70, go 80, can catch it out of the backfield. Like, we got something. We got something. I'm loving it. Steven Wynn says, man, what's up with all these dome stadiums? We need cold snow, rain, since our team is made. Bro, in when it gets close to Big Ten championships and playoff, they don't want these ugly games. They want the games to be nice so they can maximize the tickets, maximize people actually wanting to go to the game. You know what I'm saying? Because these teams aren't regional teams. So let's say it was Michigan versus Georgia or whatever, and we played in Michigan. You know what I'm saying? Like, Georgia fans ain't really want to go up there to Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And just the fans that have money to spend, the fans that just have money to spend that aren't really a fan of either team, they just want to go to the playoff. They're not gonna want to go to Michigan and be sitting in the cold up there freezing, and they ain't got a dog in the fight. Like, what am I doing here? Like, it's freezing up here. Yeah, so that's just how it goes, bro. Warm weather. They want the warm weather so they can maximize their money, because that's what it's really about for them, is money. Let's see. Oh man, it jumped on me. Appreciate the 199 super chat, oatmeal cookie. If y'all got a question and if you do a super chat and you got a question, remember to put it in there because I'll make sure to read it then for sure. Can Michigan have the same success in the trenches next year? Is the question. No Hutch, no Ojabo, no Dax, no Vastardis, no Josh Ross, no Moody or Robbins. See, the thing about next year, yes, we're losing a lot of talent on defense, but we also have played a lot of players. So losing Aiden and Hutch is big. Hopefully, we got some good pass rushers coming in. I'm not sure because I don't follow recruiting that tight until I know who's actually committed and is actually coming to Michigan. But the secondary I know is going to be fine. We've got young linebackers. Now, the D line itself, well, the ends, I don't know. But linebacker, we should be straight. Secondary, I know we're straight. It's just really the ends. I think Mozzie and Chris Hinton, they still got years, so they should be here. Donovan Jeter's a senior, isn't he? It's kind of confusing because these dudes, they all got this free year from COVID. But yeah, we got a lot of talent coming in, and some that's staying because they're young. We just gotta hope that we can fill those positions. That leadership is going to be the biggest thing. As great as Aiden is and Josh Ross, they were great leaders. But next year is a year I see the defense might take a step back next year, but I see the offense taking a step up, if that makes sense. I see the offense being, you know how we leaned on the defense this year? I see us probably leaning on the offense and this offense being really good. Malachi says, I watched the game and Bowers looked like their best player. Yeah, he did. And they kept throwing it to him. So you know what you got to do when somebody he was looking him down all game. Let's see. Georgia has a generational defense. He's laughing. They didn't look like it yesterday. Georgia has a great run defense. The rest of that defense can be exposed. And if you wear on it, you might be able to break that run defense. Rip Serwin says Stetson Bennett, most Southern name ever. That's true. Ronnie Virgil, I love how Mike McDonald adjusted to the bootleg from Iowa. Yeah. That right there is the difference between Don Brown and the gimmick scheme. That's a fact. And I forgot to touch on it yesterday in my video. That bootleg was killing us. It was pretty much the first half. They were killing us with that bootleg. And that you speaking facts. That's the difference between Don Brown. Now, Don Brown would make adjustments sometimes. I ain't just gonna kill him about every time, but sometimes he would make a adjustment. But Mike McDonald, the way he showed, okay, they doing this second half, kill it. And now, and he made the adjustments, and he was coming around on that bootleg like, oh, boom, getting lit up. Like, yeah, that ain't gonna work no more, bro. That ain't gonna work. You gonna have to find a new play. That bootleg ain't finna work no more. So you might as well just stop running it because we on top of it now. So that's huge. Mal Korean says, appreciate the $4.99 super chat, bro. I appreciate the love. Might have already said it, but I've been in and out of the stream. But what's your biggest concern for Michigan against Georgia or other playoff teams? My biggest concern is a team like Georgia who's got a good or great run defense. Can Cade put up enough points and yardage if the run game is almost non-existent. I'm not talking about a game where we're still getting pretty good run yardage. I'm talking about a game where we're not really being able to run at all. And to open up the run game, Cade's gonna have to pull those dudes out of the box, and we're gonna have to pass to set up the run game. So that's my biggest worry is Cade, because when you run out of the shotgun, and this is the one thing I hate about the shotgun is your running backs don't build up momentum. Even the pistol, your running backs don't build great momentum getting to the line because it's almost a passive run game because they're coming sideways. Like they have to go sideways to build up some momentum. If they just run straight ahead, they're not building up the momentum as like they would if we were playing under center in the I formation. So I almost wish we would run the I and have a fullback back there sometimes, because your running back, he has more options to me. And one, you got a fullback, and if you're running like a stretch play and things like this, you get more cutbacks. There's more room for cutbacks. So that's my biggest worry. Now on defense, if against Georgia and whoever else, it would be the linebackers. Like our linebackers, they still don't trust themselves. And Josh Ross, like a dude like Josh Ross, he just probably not that good in coverage. Like he probably just won't ever be that good in coverage. So, but like dudes like Junior Colson, he'll be in position to make a big play and he'll just make the tackle when he probably could have got the pick. You see what I'm saying? So it's about trusting themselves. So I got more faith in our corners now. I got faith in the D line. It's the linebackers in coverage that worry me. So I hope that answered your question. Emily Robinson says Georgia looked slow on offense yesterday. We can take advantage of Kirby. Is a lot like Jim. He wants to rely on defense to win. Yeah, and good question. And I appreciate the super chat. Well, good point. The thing is about people that come from Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a Big Ten guy. So, yeah, Alabama can throw it all over the field now and stuff. But remember when Nick Saban first went to Bama, he was playing Big Ten football, baby. He was running the ball, trusting his defense, game manager at quarterback. He was playing hardball ball, like we like to call it, Big Ten football, old school Big Ten football. That's how he built Bama. Now he's adjusted because he's getting all these 5 stars. So he's adjusted his game. But the guys up under him, they're still at their core, they've learned the game from a Big Ten coach with the Big Ten kind of mindset. So I'm gonna run the ball, trust my defense. So when we play Georgia, it's gonna be similar. Georgia is similar to us, almost like Iowa is similar to us. Run the ball, trust your defense, play field position. I get a lead, I'm not gonna try too many things, and I'm gonna trust my defense. So you definitely right on that. So this game, when we play Georgia, it's gonna be kind of the same thing. We need to get up early and make Stetson Bennett have to beat us, in which in turn, get him Ojabo, get him Aiden, get him. So in turn, that's what happens. But yeah, those dudes that came up under Saban, that's Big Ten tutelage. Yeah, Michigan's got explosive players. We just have to get it to them somehow. It don't matter how you get it to them. You just need to get these fast dudes in open space and let them do what they do. Because that's why I was trying to tell people. Corum, Edwards, Roman Wilson, CJ, Sanders Steele. These dudes can fly. AJ Henning. Let's see. Willie Mears says, "Hey Johnny, can you save this video and put it on the channel? I have to leave and can't watch the rest of this." Yeah, it'll be on the channel, bro. It'll be on there. I've read says this Georgia defense is crazy. It's crazy good. They good. I ain't gonna front like they ain't good. And they got some big boys in the middle. They got some big boys in the middle. But everyone has weaknesses. Now, their weakness is probably their secondary more than their front seven, which in turn, our strength on offense is our running game. So, this is strength versus strength. Gaddis is going to have to scheme up some plays in the passing game to get these dudes open. No, I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you throw it backwards and you have Donovan Edwards throw it 5 times. As long as they good plays and it's open, But over these weeks, let's hope Cade is going to take this time to work on his mistakes. You got 3 weeks. This is time to work on your weaknesses. Let's see. D Brown says, I bought tickets last night for the Arlington game and they put Michigan in Miami. Damn, man. Bro, why you ain't wait? Why you ain't wait till the rankings come out, man? Oh yeah, and Antrell Anthony. We got weapons on offense, y'all. The cupboard, like I said earlier this year, the cupboard ain't bare on offense in that receiver. Now it's like, okay, we see it ain't bare, and we got pretty much the whole offense coming back, besides a few linemen. The good therapist says Georgia's defense doesn't look better than Iowa's. Blitz Stetson a lot. It's hard to say that, bro. I feel what you're saying, but to me, it's somewhat hard to say that just because they played Bama. They played Bama, so it's hard to say that, oh yeah, they didn't look that good yesterday, but you got to understand who they were going against also. But you could be right. Iowa's got a defense. Like, I think that was the most points Iowa gave up all year was yesterday, because we had to try to put up some brownie points to impress the committee. I mean, it still didn't matter, but we took our foot off the gas, and they were just so demoralized because they never really had a shot in the game. Like they got in the red zone, but they never really had a shot in the game. Let me see. I hate when this thing jumps. I lose where I was at reading the comments. I don't be trying to skip over y'all comments, y'all. This thing will just jump all of a sudden. Let's see. Issa Frown says Georgia got rolled yesterday. That defense is overrated. They didn't play anyone good until Bama. I mean, that's for that to be your first team to play. That's a good team, though. Like we got to give Bama their respect, somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't saying like they ain't played nobody. But how many teams are like Bama? How many teams out there are as good as Bama? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. The real Nick has made adjustments, but when Bama has a solid running back, he plays traditional Big Ten football for sure. Yes, sir. We got to remember this dude was at Michigan State. Appreciate the 199 super chat. Boog. I don't know how to say that, bro. How you feeling about Michigan versus Georgia? I mean, that's what I knew what it was going to be. I'm just glad we got time to prepare for them because we're going to have to scheme up plays. Gaddis is going to have to figure out how to get Cade, make Cade comfortable and get plays downfield because it's not a guarantee that we can run on them. They have a good or great run defense. Now, the one thing I did notice is they have to blitz to get a pass rush. So that could be big also. Georgia has to blitz to get a pass rush. MP says Michigan tried to do a home and home with Georgia a few years ago, and Georgia pulled out, of course. I didn't know that. Let's see. Let me go down. Remember to hit the like button, y'all. Remember to hit the like button. I'm trying to go through these chats. Yeah, I mean, no matter where you go, and that's Cameron 2K says Michigan gonna come deep. We're nationwide. That's a fact. Michigan shows up. Like I try to tell my boy, he's a North Carolina fan. I'm like, bro, Michigan's brand is on another level. Like our brand or Michigan's brand is on another level. I don't care where you go, you're gonna see somebody in Michigan gear. Like I'm in Florida and I see Michigan fans all the time wearing Michigan gear, and I'll talk to them or go blue. You know what I'm saying? Like we see them everywhere. Even Ohio State fans, I see them all down here all the time. I have to stop myself from talking trash to them because sometimes I know they're not probably a real Ohio State fan, so I don't even want to come up and knock them. Like our brand is on another level, even over North Carolina. Y'all ain't this. Y'all ain't this. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Antoine Johnson says Gaddis and Hardball staying aggressive on the offense. And on a side note, we can use Edwards like a Swiss Army knife. Jabril Peppers and the Wildcat or option with Blake and Haskins will be dangerous. Yeah, honestly, it would be smart for them to. We should be in a lot of two-back sets. We should be in a lot of two-back sets, whether we're running or passing, because you've got dudes that can catch it out of the backfield. All three of them are pretty good receivers out of the backfield, but it just creates so much confusion, and it can give Cade, who loves to check it down. Let's not act like he ain't gonna check it down all day. So if you got Donovan Edwards over here running a wheel route and just Blake over here running with a screen or just running a route to the flat, that creates more dudes having to worry about them. Now you got more room for the receivers. Like we should be creating a lot of confusion just from these running backs because we've got them. We need to put them on the field. Like there's so many things they could do with them. Brett Beyer says, I'm concerned about recruiting. I thought the OSU victory would have a greater impact. I mean, recruiting is a process, bro. So yeah, we beat Ohio State and we go into the playoff, and don't think that it's not paying some dividends right now, but it's going to take consistency. So we need to beat Ohio State again next year. Win the Big Ten against next year. Then those recruiting rankings will start taking bigger jumps because recruits are going to see like, okay, Michigan is for real. I can It wasn't just a one-year thing. I can go to Michigan and we win the Big Ten and we beat Ohio State. We're going to the playoff. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process. We got to keep winning. You know what I'm saying? One win over Ohio State in 10 years ain't going to change everything. It's a process. It's a process. But we got good recruiting classes. It's just not, okay, shooting us right to the top. It's a process. We got to stay patient. We got to stay patient. Cameron 2K says Michigan has the best offense in the playoff. Bama just different in big games. If total offense, I would probably say Bama does. Bama still does probably, but the only reason I say that is because Cade is a game manager. Like Cade is a great leader, but he's still a game manager. Like it just is what it is. Cade is still a game manager. He plays his best managing the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. So the problem with that is sometimes he misses throws. Even as the game manager, he misses throws. He doesn't read the field as well, or he leaves the pocket. So let's say we get up. If we get up, Bama is comfortable trusting Bryce Young to throw them back in the game. You know what I'm saying? They have trust that he's going to be able to do that. We don't know if Cade can do that. Yeah, he threw it against Michigan State, but Michigan State has the worst pass defense in the country. Like if it's not number one worst, it's close. And we still we had two chances to win that game. With Cade with the ball, and he didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only difference I would say. But our offense is probably better than Georgia's, and I'm not sure what to think of Cincinnati's offense, but I'll say we're better than theirs just because we have a ton of weapons. Like we have speed at every position, even quarterback with JJ. Harold Riggin says, as a Buckeye fan, I'm happy y'all made it. I appreciate it, bro. I hope the fans start chanting SEC after we whip those dogs. That would be lovely. This thing jumping out. The Real says, I love the confidence, but Bama has the best offense in the playoffs, especially. Yeah, that's the difference. QB is a difference maker, bro. The quarterback that he's mobile. He doesn't want to run, but he actually can run. So the QB puts you over the top. Like, so Cade being a game manager, that's the one real weakness of the offense is him being a game manager. And like you don't come out in games and he's just slinging it. You know what I'm saying? We have to manufacture big plays sometimes in the passing game, whether it's a flea flicker, because when you throw a flea flicker, it's usually one or two routes. So he doesn't really have to read the field like that. You know what I'm saying? And then like Donovan Edwards play, like, let's get tricky. You know what I'm saying? Bama really don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love, the Real. Issa Fran says Alabama struggled all year. See the Auburn game? That's true. They struggled in some games. I mean, this is a year where everybody kind of struggled at some point, except Georgia. But Georgia didn't even play the same type of schedule Bama played. Harold Regan says, if Cade have to win with his arm, I don't know, you can probably squeeze by. That's not an optimal situation for us. I'm just going to keep it 100. That's Cade having to win with his arm is not an optimal situation. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, what do? We want to run it down your throat, get about 200, 250, 300 rushing yards, and Cade finishes with 150, 200, maybe 250. You know what I'm saying? So that's our recipe to win. Is Cade being a game manager. So it hides his deficiencies in the passing game. Issa Fromm says Hutch is going to get to the QB and on the ground, he's going to tell them that he doesn't deserve the Heisman. Bro, we can't worry about Bama yet. We got to worry on Georgia. We got to worry about Georgia right now, bro. So Stetson Bennett, and he ain't winning the Heisman. So it's Stetson Bennett. That's who we got to worry about right now. We can't worry about Bryce Young yet. Brett Byer says, I want to see Cade hit throws on the intermediate routes to receivers against Georgia. Didn't see that against Iowa. They were probably afraid of getting picks against Iowa. Yeah, and we've seen this before. The Washington game. Washington has NFL DBs, they said. And when we got up or whatever, they just said, and Cade, when we were trying to throw, Cade wasn't looking good. So they said, okay, we're just gonna run it. We're just gonna run it the rest of the game. We ain't finna even put it to chance. And I think that was kind of what happened yesterday. So we really didn't see Cade have to make throws until the game was kind of almost out of reach. Well, it was out of reach. Then they okay, it don't matter at this point. Cool Moets, I appreciate the love, bro. Yeah, when the season started, I was like, the season could go two ways because it's so much change. We don't know. Nobody knew exactly how the team was going to gel. So I was like, it could go two ways. We could be regular and have a mediocre season, or it could click because it's so much change on defense. That I think people took it lightly how bad Don Brown really was last year and in other years. Like, just imagine if we had a different defensive coordinator, 2019 Ohio State, 2018 Ohio State, just having somebody that is willing to adjust. Playing man defense and man blitz all game, putting your safeties on an island, putting your corners on an island, it's just not smart football. It's just not smart. Now, people going to say, like my boy was saying, we all played prep. We played tight man coverage against Ohio State a lot this year. But we had two safeties over the top most of the time. There's a difference. I don't mind if you play man and you got two safeties over the top, so they got help. Don Brown refused to give the corners help. He got the safeties playing like they corners because they in one-on-ones too. So I ain't finna go on no Don Brown rant, bro. Y'all ain't finna get my blood pressure up talking about Don Brown, man. Issa Fromm says Georgia offense can't play with our defense. I think it comes down to our linebackers. Ross better gets the ball quickly. Yeah, you might be right. But we got to remember the SEC, they got them dudes in that the SEC, it's a different breed of athlete down here. These dudes are fat, big, fast, and strong. Like the SEC, they for real. Like I ain't gonna front like SEC talent ain't for real. Them dudes be for real down here. Doesn't appreciate the $10 super chat. Cool Moet. Doesn't Michigan and Georgia have the same game plan? QB manager established the run and dominant. Yes, sir. You exactly right. I was just saying that. Just like Iowa. And that's what I was saying is Kirby Smart came up under Nick Saban. Nick Saban was a Big Ten coach, Big Ten football. So run the ball, game manager at quarterback, trust your defense, play field position. So, yeah. If you get tutelage from a Big Ten coach, you're gonna coach a Big Ten style. So yeah, they do play the games. So You could see defenses holding each other in a lot of punts and field position game. Okay, who's going to be the first one to make a mistake? Big Discussion 76. What up, bro? Appreciate the $5 super chat. Mike McDonald's adjustments on the bootleg was huge. Go blue. Yes, sir. And that's just the thing. You got to be able to adapt and adjust to the game. The game, you see in the game how it's playing out, what weaknesses are they trying to exploit, and you have to adjust. So Mike McDonald came out second half like, all right, they're gonna be running the bootleg. Y'all stay at home, and when he turns, you come at him, you fly at him. So by the time their quarterback was doing the bootleg and turning and facing the defense, he was getting hit in the mouth like, oh God, like, coach, stop calling the bootleg, please. Coach, they're on to us. Please stop calling the bootleg. I can't take much more of this. That boy trying to audible out of that bootleg by the late third and fourth quarter. He like, don't call that no more, coach. They figured it out. Let's see. Andrew Lane says, I really feel we can beat Georgia. Just do what we do best. Run the rock, and on D Aiden and Ojabo and Josh race to the QB every play. Yeah, I mean, that's true, but it's not a guaranteed. It's not always a guarantee we're gonna be able to run the ball. That Georgia D line, they for real, and they got some big dudes on that line. Yeah, they got some big dudes on that line. So it's about being creative. You can't just always run the same plays and try to get it this way. You know what I'm saying? You have to be creative in what you want to do, because even if you're not just handing it off up the middle, and like Harbaugh does, handling off up the middle, there's other ways to manufacture a run game as if they slow it down, or you know what I'm saying, jet sweeps, reverses like we did early against Iowa, screens. Those are just I forget the word, but that's like a running game. Doing these throws behind the line, screens and stuff like that. That's like part of the running game. So you use that if they're crashing down and you can't run it up the middle like you want to and stuff like that. There's ways to manufacture a glorified running game. You know what I'm saying? Because them Georgia boys is for real. I ain't gonna front like them dudes is just trash. They got some dudes out there now. Issa Fromm says Damani Jackson didn't want to commit to Michigan after being at the Ohio State game. That's all you need to know. He ain't a Michigan man and will be mediocre in college. Maybe he might be. They say he didn't ever really wanted to come to Michigan anyway. He was just kind of, all right, I get to take a trip. You know what I'm saying? Cool Moet said, I was the first team in the championship game history to try and win a game with punts. They play in that field position game, bro. They do. I think after, what was it, 14-3 at halftime, but I think after halftime they kind of saw like, all right, we can't play with these dudes. We can't play with these dudes. Like, we don't punt. They gonna put up 60 because we gonna give them good field position. Like, we can't play with these dudes. It's nice to be at the Big Ten championship, but this team is just better than us. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw it. You could see the look on their players' faces. Like, all right, Yeah, Michigan's for real, bro. Like, that's the word. Good therapists. Those plays are extensions of the running game. I don't know why. I sometimes I get a brain fart in front of the camera and forget stuff. Yeah, those screens, those reverses, those jet sweeps, those, whether it's a running back screen, wide receiver screen, those things are extensions of the running game. Thank you for putting that word in there. Jacob T, appreciate the $5 super chat. God, I hope that Michigan beats Georgia. Yes, sir. We all do. We all do, because we have a great chance. You want to really impact recruiting? Beat Georgia and somehow beat Bama. You want to get big dividends this year? Beat Georgia and win the championship. Then you're gonna get a jump in recruiting, because then recruits gonna be like, oh wow, it's like that. Y'all out there y'all beat Georgia and Bama and Ohio State. Okay, that's how you get the big dividends. You win the championship, and just like Jim Tressel. I know y'all. I know we hate Ohio State, but just stay with me for a minute. Just stay with me for a minute. Jim Tressel, he got those Youngstown boys. He was getting all that talent, but they played Miami. Nobody gave him a shot to beat Miami, and they end up beating them. That's when Ohio State went from just a regular Big Ten. Michigan and Ohio State were neck and neck pretty much at that time. That's when they won that championship over Miami. That's what led to them being what they are now. Because that championship in the modern era, it was like, okay, they got something really going. They just beat Miami when nobody thought they would win. So winning the championship, the national championship, that's how you get those big dividends in recruiting, and you can really change the culture for years to come. Maybe forever. You maybe can change it forever. Greg Gay says you guys got to shock them, throw the ball a little more. And that's just the give and take, because we don't want to throw the ball. And before I even say this, Gaddis schemes up good plays. He schemes up good plays. The thing about it is Gaddis isn't out there throwing the ball. So Gaddis can scheme up a play where he's got a check down, he's got a deep post, he's got a go route, and the go route might be wide open. But Cade's looking over here. The pass rush comes, he's a little antsy, and he checks it down, not seeing that the go route was wide open. So Gaddis, because we don't get to see and for everybody, watch Devin Gardner's Monday Morning Quarterback breaking down the all 22. It's a must watch for knowing who's doing their job and who could be doing it better. And it ain't been Gaddis. A lot of the mistakes in the passing game come from Cade, because Gaddis can scheme up the plays, but Cade's the one that has to read the field. So Cade could look at the go route early. It's not there yet. Now he's open. He looked at him in the first half a second. He didn't get open until after a second. So you know what I'm saying? So Cade will look away from it. Now he's open, but Cade's looking over here, or Cade's about to check it down. Ronnie Virgil says, shout out to Cornelius. I was critical of him during the season due to him not catching with his hands, but he has been consistent for the last few weeks in these big games. Yeah. And that's the thing about the receivers. And shout out to Cornelius, and shout out to Roman Wilson. Roman Wilson been making big plays since that Penn State game. He's been making big plays. But yeah, not having that true number one. that true number one, I would say. But we have a bunch of talented receivers. We just don't have that true number one that would have been, that should have and would have been Ronnie Bell. CJ Mike says, I was at the big championship game. After the second score, all the Iowa fans were saying they weren't going to come back from those big plays. A lot of them left in the end of the third quarter. That's a fact. And it was just, anybody who watched that game, it was, once we got up 14, it was like, these dudes ain't coming back, because it just takes too much consistency to deal with us. Like even Ohio State. What did Ohio State score? What was it, 42-26? I believe. Ohio State scored what, 26? For them to get 26, they had some spectacular catches. And that one that the one got on 3rd and 19, I'm still not even sure that was an actual catch. I'm not sure if that was a catch. When did the ball, because this has happened to us multiple times this year. When did it become that the ball could help you, the ground could help you catch the ball? I always remember the ground not being able to help you catch it, but it seems like now the ground can help you catch passes. But I just had to throw that out there. But yeah, Ohio State scored 26. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to consistently score on our defense. Like, you might get a big play here or there. Your best bet is you better score when you do get that big play. Like Michigan State. When Kenneth Walker got a lot of these big plays, when he made a dude miss or something like that, he got in the end zone. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to consistently move the ball on us. And if you get in the red zone, you best get a touchdown. You best get a touchdown. Because it ain't no guarantee you're gonna get down there again. While the game matters, you might get down there when the game don't matter no more and get a touchdown. Issa Fromm said, who was the defensive lineman that got the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty? I hope he got yelled at by McDonald. We haven't been like that all year. Why talk stuff after stopping them on 3rd down? That was Taylor Upshaw. I'm not sure what was going on with him. I'm guessing the Iowa quarterback probably talked stuff to him earlier in the downs or something, because he made sure to go run up and say something to him. But yeah, you can't be making bonehead plays like that. Things like that can keep a team in the game, and you definitely don't want to do that. Jevin Stoops says Gardner was a turnover machine. Yeah, Issa Fromm. You say Gardner hates on Cade more than anyone, but he has the tape to back it up. See, if I'm just saying, okay, if I'm just saying Aiden Hutchinson isn't that good, people gonna look at me like I'm stupid. They're gonna be like, what are you talking about? Because you can watch the film and see that this dude is dynamite. So like if somebody says, oh, he's hating on Cade, but it's not hating if it's true. He's pointing out his mistakes and his flaws that he makes during the game. So it's not hating, it's just true. It's just a fact. See, now everybody gets into this culture of, oh, you hating, you a hater, you hating on this dude. No, if you watch the film and break it down, I'm just telling the truth. Just like Rashawn Gary. I used to be so hard on Rashawn Gary and people used to get mad at me. No, I'm doing the breakdown. He's not getting double teamed every play. And when he rushes the passer, he does an undisciplined pass rush and he creates lanes for the quarterback to step up or run and get big yardage. So it wasn't me hating on him. It was me watching him and seeing that he's making big mistakes. And If we watch Rashawn Gary now, we see that he wasn't putting the work in. He wasn't putting the work in with his body. Because you see him now, he's probably 15, 20 pounds lighter. Now, you could say that's Don Brown wanted him to be the anchor and all that. I ain't even going to get into all that, but, you know, it is what it is, I guess, at this point. It really don't matter, but, you know. But, yeah, Cade makes mistakes. And that's why if he wasn't making those mistakes and was just playing like great all the time, we would open up the passing game a lot more. Cryo Soul says, "Who do you I think wins the game, Johnny? Georgia or Michigan, and why?" I'm going to go with Michigan. I'm going to go with Michigan, and this could be a homer, but because I see Michigan being able to create more big plays. I think Michigan has more team speed on offense. Whether that's Blake, whether that's Donovan Edwards, whether that's Hassan, even when he breaks 3-4 tackles and runs, you know what I'm saying? Roman Wilson, Cornelius, Sandra Steele, AJ Henning, Andrew Anthony, Eric All. I just see Michigan having a lot of team speed, and also with the defense, if Georgia can't run the ball or they get behind and they have to throw, that plays into our defensive strength, which is Aiden and Ojabo getting after them. Get them. So that's why I see Michigan being able to hopefully beat Georgia. John Stoops, great point. Michigan plays as a team. You summed it up better than me, but Michigan plays as a team. That's facts. The Real K says Cade is a game manager, but his decision making is terrible at times. If you played the game and watched tape, then you can tell out flaws easier than the average fan. Watch the tapes and you will see. He preaching. And that's what it is, y'all. With Cade, sometimes his decision making is terrible. He's not throwing picks, but he'll miss a touchdown. Or sometimes, and this hasn't bit us in the butt lately, sometimes he'll make a throw and the throw will be off somewhat, but we'll catch it. But it could have been a touchdown, and instead it's just a big play. So, but the running game and stuff has been lights out, so we've been able to capitalize when we get that big play. But when you got a dude that's wide open, you want to get it to him so he can run in stride and get the touchdown and not catch it, and the defense catches up because he had to wait on the pass, or the pass was kind of off and he had to slow up, or he had to, however he caught it, he had to slow down to catch it. You know what I'm saying? And it gave the defense a chance to catch him. Now, you're still trying to get the touchdown when you just called a play that was a for sure touchdown, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Cryo Soul says, also, hold on, why is Mel Tucker coach of the year and not Jim Harbaugh? It is because State barely beat Michigan, but that wouldn't really make sense because State died to Ohio State. Yeah, honestly, I feel like Jim deserved it this year. I mean, Mel Tucker did a great job, so I guess he deserves it. But what Harbaugh did at Michigan this year, it hasn't been done in so long that I feel like he deserved it. Michigan State has been to the playoff. Michigan State has been to the playoff. Michigan State has won the Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, he didn't do anything this year that Michigan State, that D'Antonio hadn't did. So he didn't really do anything that special. Yeah, he beat Michigan. They've beat us recently. So that ain't saying nothing, just wow. You know what I'm saying? That's not saying that much to me. Michigan State has been consistently good for the most part over this last decade. They've went to the playoff. We haven't been to the playoff. They've been to the Big Ten championship multiple times. We just now made it for the first time. I felt like Harbaugh deserved to get his flowers because he did something that we haven't done. Let's see. Issa Fromm says Rashawn guaranteed a Big Ten championship all talk. The team puts in the work and doesn't talk smack. That's the thing. And I said this 2 years ago, I believe. Stop all that talking. Stop all that talking. Just show up. Just show up. Ain't no need to talk when you done been losing to somebody for 10 years and 7, 8 years in a row and stuff. What's the talk about? Ain't no point in you talking. You're just fueling their fire. They already want to dominate you. Why you giving them bulletin board? You about a big dummy for that. You giving the bully ammunition to come knock your head in. This year they stayed quiet, didn't say nothing. They sitting back like, see, that was the difference. Them teams we had before, they'd be doing all that talking. And Ohio State, like, okay, well, and they knock us in the mouth. This year, it was kind of quiet. You ain't really hear nothing. Ohio State, we gonna put up 100. We gonna do 100 on y'all. Aiden and them boys just like, all right, okay. Thanksgiving weekend come, them boys in the locker room, we about to hit these dudes in the mouth. They don't know what's coming. This is our year. This is our championship. Let's go. We about to punch these boys in the mouth. And then they went out there and punched them boys in the mouth. And Ohio State players, they was looking like, oh, they nasty. They physical. It's cold out here. They didn't say it was going to be like this. These dudes for real. We can't beat them. we can't beat them. That's the difference, though. You just be quiet and you go punch these dudes in the mouth. Oh, yeah, JJ on that run was flying. JJ got some speed. I didn't know he was that fast. The way he caught up to Blake, I was like, this dude can fly slick. Oh, yeah, Jimmy got some years now. Because everything is looking up. Because he's got the recruits. He's already got a lot of talent already there, stacked up from years past. So everything's looking up for us right now, y'all. I guess I'm gonna be on here till about 28 to about 10 more minutes. Try to read as many as I can, and then I'm gonna get off of here, y'all. Aaron Magum says Cade have to stop underthrowing. Maybe he can learn a little from Donovan Edwards. Did you see that pass? Hey, that was a hell of a pass, bro. To put that ball on the money while knowing you about to take a shot, and he got popped. But to put that ball on the money, he put it right here. I was like, wow, that's a hell of a throw. And that ball was about 45 yards in the air. That was impressive. But yeah, Cade doesn't have NFL throws. He makes very few NFL throws. And what I mean by NFL throws is where the ball drops in like perfectly, where he throws it up and it comes down perfectly in where it needs to be. He doesn't make many throws like that. JJ does. JJ will get in the game for one pass, and that pass will be an NFL dime. So that's just Cade doesn't make very many NFL throws. You don't see it from him. Even that pass to who was it? Was it Sainristil yesterday? I'm not sure if it was. I think it was Sainristil. But the pass was, it just was off some. Like he completed it, but if he puts it where it needs to be, he might score. But it was just like it just gets there. It's not a throw that's gonna, okay, you don't have to slow down or anything. Kenneth J. Moore says, doesn't matter who we play, Michigan matches up to everybody left. We're the most complete team. I like our chances for the chip. We do match up well with pretty much everybody because you could say, oh, well, they don't match up well with Ohio State. I mean, with Alabama throwing it. And then we could say, well, you must have watched the Ohio State game because we look like we matched up with them and they got 3 NFL receivers. They got 3,000 yard receivers playing right now, and we look pretty good against them. So the things we do, you can take anywhere, and it's going to give you some success. Who will Michigan's biggest challenge be? Probably Bama, if we get to them. But we can't worry about Bama right now. We got to worry about Georgia. Now, our QB, the QB for the future is Cade, bro. I mean, not Cade. It's JJ. See, JJ, and I'm gonna go on this little rant real quick. JJ is that team guy, just the same way Cade is. JJ is that team guy. Even before JJ got on campus, he was telling recruits, calm down. The year Michigan had a bad year, just calm down. I'm coming. We're going to be straight. So him doing that and being that team guy, like we're going to get this under control, recruiting other top recruits and stuff like that. It's JJ, bro. I'm not giving up on somebody or trying to get another QB when I know a dude that's already got that hunger and wants Michigan to be great. He understands what Michigan is and has wanted to change the culture. And it just so happens that he thought he was going to be the one to change it and beat Ohio State. And it ain't even him yet. Cade got it done in the team, and he was a part of that. So some of these dudes, they 1-0 against Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So it's just awesome. You know what I'm saying? Some of these dudes, they haven't lost to Ohio State, so they already know what it feels like to beat them, to win the Big Ten. So some of these dudes are coming into a winning culture. You know what I'm saying? Because last year, COVID year, whatever you want to call it, we didn't even play Ohio State. Nobody even played a full season. Well, in the Big Ten, we didn't. So, they coming into a full season and seeing greatness, seeing 12-1, 11-1, going to the playoff, winning the Big Ten. But I'm not taking anybody over JJ. JJ is my future QB. I believe in JJ. Brian Emerson says, best move Harbaugh did was placing them coaching spies in the bus. Who hires defensive coordinators that we dominated for the past 10 years? I mean, y'all been had them coordinators. You know what I'm saying? The difference was Ryan Day knows reads Don Brown like a children's book. He's not reading some philosophy or some so highly intellectual. He's reading Don Brown like a children's book. They coached together. So Ryan Day, when Don Brown got fired, I know Ryan Day was probably the most mad person. He was probably so mad, like, because he knows he's going to shred him. He was shredding. They say he was shredding Don Brown's defense. I think they were at UMass, and they said he used to shred in practice all the time. So that's just it. You know, you got somebody that's actually adjusting and knows how to coach defense at a high level. Don Brown's scheme is like, it's just not good. Big time football, it's just not gonna work, bro. I'm sorry. The Heisman, Bryce Young is probably gonna win the Heisman after what he did to Georgia's defense. Yeah, he's probably gonna win the Heisman. Now, if Aiden would have had about 3 sacks last yesterday, I think he had one. If Aiden would have got like 3 sacks and maybe a fumble or two, he might have won it. But him just getting 1 sack, they're gonna look at Bryce Young. He's gonna get it. It's his. Yeah. We set with JJ. JJ's my quarterback, y'all. Like he's my guy. I'm riding with JJ for the future because he's got that gunslinger in him, which Harbaugh's gonna coach down on him, but it's a good thing because it lets you know he has confidence in his arm and in his abilities. So if he has to have a game where that get on my back game, like get on my back. Defense, y'all playing trash. I understand. I wish you wouldn't, but I got you. Get on my back, y'all. I can make the throws. I can pick up yards with my legs. Get on my back. I'm about to and for those of y'all talking about Devin Gardner, I'm about to do a Devin Gardner and put up 450, 500 yards of offense. Get on my back against Ohio State. We shouldn't have went for 2. We should have went to overtime. That's the type of dude JJ is. Get on my back. I'm about to put up some real numbers and check the record books. So that's just what it is. He's that type of dude. I'm hoping JJ does start because I believe he takes the ceiling of the offense to the next level, which in turn takes the ceiling of the team to the next level. Because having a quarterback that can run is going to open up everything, especially for the running backs. And JJ's his arm talent, he makes NFL throws. He's got that capabilities. You just have to coach him out of trying too much sometimes. Like, all right, you don't have to try to win it all on one play. One last thing, and I'm gonna get off of here, but this is funny. When JJ was about to get sacked, and it was him and that DN or that linebacker. Woo! He put that boy he put a clinic on that boy. That dude didn't know what to do. JJ was JJ had that dude on skates out there like, oh God. I thought I had a sack, but my face is in the dirt somehow. Like JJ is something else, bro. Like he want to get it all on one play. Now that could be a good thing and a bad thing, but you got to coach it out of him somewhat because sometimes you just got to live for the next play. Throw it out of bounds, and we'll get him next. We'll get him the next play. But that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I'm gonna try to find that clip and post it because that was just hilarious what he did to that linebacker, that DN. He had him on skates like, okay, I got him. Oh no, I don't. I got him. No, I don't. I got him. Oh no, oh, he's gone. Oh boy. I'm like, man, JJ is something else, man. But yeah, that's all I got for this one, y'all. I'm about to get something to eat or probably watch the Bucks, Tom Brady, and probably hit the gym. But I appreciate all the super chats, y'all. I'm not sure when I'm gonna do my breakdown for Georgia and Michigan, but it's coming up. I'm gonna make it soon. But I got to do some more research on Georgia. They got the extra time, so I'm gonna do some homework on them too, since we got more time. But I'll be doing probably a live or two every week now, because it ain't gonna be as much to talk about. So we might as well get on here and chop it up. So like, share, subscribe. I appreciate all the super chat. I appreciate all y'all joining the live on this early Sunday. And we the champs, y'all. We the champs. So as always, go blue.